Lancelot of the Lake.
Ah, Sir Lancelot. Sir Lancelot, you had a request to make before you leave for Caerleon.
Yes, sir. But first I would like to apologize for being late. I'm afraid I had some slight misunderstanding with Sir Glavin.
Sir Glavin.
Sire,
What was this misunderstanding you had with Sir Lancelot?
I merely borrowed his horse, sire. My own went lame, and I was anxious to reach Camelot whilst you were still in session.
That is hardly justification to take another man's horse without asking.
I'm sorry.
Sir Lancelot, proceed.
Sire, during my recent travels, I came into an inheritance. I inherited a young man. His name is Brian. And as you know, he has already proved himself to be brave and quick-witted. I would like your permission to present him formally to this court.
Granted.
My request is that his future be provided for here at Camelot.
I think that can be arranged. Perhaps we can train him as a groom or falconer.
With your permission, sire, I would like him trained as a knight.
Where do you come from, boy?
I was raised at the castle of Ergen the Strong.
Will you tell us what position you held at Ergen's castle?
I was the kitchen boy.
He was the kitchen boy.
Brian, you know, knights are always men of gentle birth.
Only a man of good breeding can handle weapons and meet the responsibilities of knighthood.
Knights should be judged by standards of true valor and ability, not by the mere accident of high birth.
If that were true, Camelot would be open to any churlish knave that owned a suit of armor.
That's all you possessed when you came here, Sir Glavin?
I proved my merit.
That's exactly my point. Allow this boy to prove his.
But we must observe precedent. This boy is from a kitchen.
Well, that should suit your eager palate.
Well, food is important, I admit. But has this boy a family background?
Has he, Merlin?
Oh, yes, indeed. I have prepared this document. A family tree for Brian that will satisfy both Sir Kay and Glavin. You will remember, my lord, in your grandfather's time, King Brian of the Iron Fist was undisputed master of the Cotswold Hills. This chart shows how that name could have passed through 3 generations to that boy who stands before you.
Have all the names and dates and family lines been properly verified?
That would be impossible, sire. They keep no written records in that part of the country. But it would be equally impossible to prove that the boy Brian has no royal blood in his veins.
Sire, this document is but blank parchment.
It is written in invisible ink.
Well, I think perhaps we'd better accept Sir Lancelot's test. What is it?
Put Brian into training with the others. If he shows that he can handle a weapon like a knight and meet the other qualifications to chivalry, then we must accept Master Merlin's document showing him to be of noble birth.
Does that sound reasonable to you, my dear?
Completely. I think Sir Lancelot has solved a difficult problem.
But not without some help from our wise counselor and master magician. And so be it. It is our pleasure that Brian be placed under Hugh the Constable to be trained for knighthood. Sir Glavin, you will escort him to the exercise yard and report our instructions to the constable.
Always remember, Brian, the best place for a sword is in its scabbard. But if you're forced to draw it, never sheathe it until justice has been done. Good luck to you. I'll be back in a few days to see how you're coming along.
Thank you, sir.
Kitchen trash.
Halt! Stop! Charge! Thrust! At west! Dismount! West!
I've been instructed to bring this boy to you for training. Do what you can with him.
Very good, sir.
They're
Halt! Stop!
letting him join the class. Lancelot's scullery boy.
Hen! Thrust! It's an insult. I'll resign.
Oh, there's no need to.
At west!
Just see to it that he's thrown out.
None of them set the river on fire for me. Oh, I don't know. The new one's nice. The one with the blonde hair. Oh, he's too short.
Why do you waste your time watching those children? It's time you were thinking about real men. Knights. You'll be marrying one soon enough.
Maybe she will, but he won't be a landless younger son.
First. 6. Cut. On guard. Steady.
Most of you still look like a beggar shaking a stick at a dog. A good swordsman would tear you to shreds. Husband, tie out shields and helmets. We'll see who belongs here and who doesn't.
Yes, Master Hugh.
No! Line up in 2 ranks, facing inwards. Come on. Don't take all day about it. Pair off for fight as a team. On guard. Lay to. Here, hit this one. He doesn't fight back.
His helmet's are wrong. He can't see. Here, let me help you.
Thanks.
Look at him. The little kicking boy turned tail and ran at the first blow. And to join the girl.
Buddy! Come here, you! You ran from the field of honor.
Yes, sir.
You have anything to say for yourself? Any explanation to offer?
No, sir. No explanation.
This is your first full day's training here, and for that reason I'm not going to report you as unfit, yet. But there are no second chances. Class dismissed!
Man's first duty is to fear and serve his God. Then to fight for his sovereign and obey all those who have the right to command him. And then to defend the honor of all ladies, maidens, and widows without exception.
That's enough fancy talk for tonight. The boys need their rest.
Instruction in chivalry is just as important to them as your instructions in how to fight.
That may well be. But if you'd ever been in mortal combat, you wouldn't think so.
That'll be all for tonight.
Lights out!
Now that we're alone, I want you to explain to the boys what happened today.
There's nothing to explain. You just lost your nerve, that's all.
You tell us your story, Brian.
Osbert jammed on my helmet so I couldn't see. And then he hit me as hard and as fast as he could. But I want this understood. It wasn't a case of my losing my nerve in a fair fight.
Is this true about the helmet?
Of course it isn't. The little kitchen knave has a yellow streak. He just made it up to excuse his cowardice.
Get up and fight.
No fighting in the dormitory. Means a week cleaning out stables for all of us.
You heard what he said.
It'll have to wait. If you want a fist fight, it can be arranged on the practice field. And the constable will be glad to act as referee.
I'll prove whether I run from a fair fight or not. I'll rattle your skull until...
If you're really so anxious to prove you're not a coward, why wait? All you have to do is to undertake the quest. Now.
What quest?
The quest of the matron's nightcap, of course.
What does that mean?
It means sneaking up to the dormitory where the girls sleep. There you'll find Matron Nell asleep and probably snoring. You have to creep up to her bed, pull off her nightcap without waking her, and bring it back here. Without being caught.
Oh.
And you won't have Sir Lancelot to help you.
All right, I'll do it to convince the others. But this doesn't let you off our fight tomorrow.
It's only fair to warn you, the last boy that tried it was caught and flogged. 20 lashes.
Thanks. I'll remember that.
Down this wing and back to the guardroom.
All right. Hurry up, then.
What are you up to?
Well, it's rather a long story. It all started this afternoon at sword practice.
I saw what happened to you. That boy played you a filthy trick.
I thought so, too. Well, later there was an argument and...
And they dared you to sneak up to the girls' dormitory, didn't they? And you took the dare on to prove you're no coward. What were you supposed to do?
Steal.
Steal what?
Well, not exactly steal. Sort of pinch the matron's nightcap. That was the captain of the guard. It's dangerous for you out here.
I can say I just came out for some air, but you'll get into trouble.
I know.
I'm Mary. What's your name?
Brian.
I want to be your friend, Brian. I'd be glad to go in and pinch the matron's nightcap for you, even if she doesn't wear one.
That's strange. The boy's downstairs.
Oh, Brian, you mustn't believe all you hear. In fact, she does wear one sometimes in dead of winter, but not now. Wait here a moment. Take this. It's mine, but nobody except us will know the difference.
Your nightcap?
Mother insisted I bring it with me to Camelot. She said all castles are draughty.
You don't wear it?
I look awful in it.
I'll wager you look lovely. Put it on.
Do you want to risk 20 lashes just to see how I look in a nightcap?
I'm sure it would be worth it.
No, you go quickly. And good luck.
By St. George! He's got it! Didn't you run into any guard?
Hid from them.
How did the girls look?
Ooh, nothing special. Like girls asleep.
What about Matron? Keep it!
We'd better try it here, okay?
Everybody up! Line up in 2 ranks facing this way. Has anyone left this dormitory since lights out? Well, answer me.
I'm afraid I can't answer that, sir.
Normally, I wouldn't ask anyone to tell tales on one of his comrades. But this was no pantry raid. What's happened tonight is very serious.
A ring has been stolen from Queen Guinevere's apartment. You may have seen it on her finger. The stone is called the Star of Scania, and it's worth a fortune.
Now will you answer?
I'd be the first to protect a comrade if it were just a lark. But as it's so serious, I feel duty-bound to reveal that the kitchen boy was out just now. For some time.
It was just a lark, sir. We dared him.
Where did you go?
The girls' sleeping quarters.
What for?
He went to get this, sir. The matron's nightcap.
Is this the matron's nightcap?
No, sir, it isn't.
Where did you get it?
I can't say, sir.
Did you see anyone up there? Someone who could swear that's where you were?
No, sir.
Search the boy's effects.
There's the ring.
Yes. But the star has gone.
I suppose one could have predicted this when Lancelot first brought him to the castle. A kitchen boy. 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 Kitchen boy.
Where's the boy, Brian?
In there, Sir Kay.
Open it. Queen Guinevere wishes to speak with him.
You're Majesty, my lady,
I've been thinking a great deal about you, Brian. I don't know you very well, but I do know that Sir Lancelot is a knight dedicated to upholding right against wrong. He's very sensitive to both. Yet he trusts you, and for that reason I want to trust you also. Where did you go that night, after Mary gave you her nightcap?
Straight back to the boys.
I wasn't trying to trick you. Mary came to me and told me all about your meeting.
Will she be in trouble?
No. I will keep her secret.
Do you believe what Mary told you?
Yes, I do.
Then if you know I was in the girls' dormitory, you know I didn't steal the jewel.
I wish it were so simple, Brian. But you do realize you could have stolen the jewel either before or after you met Mary.
But I swear I didn't.
Brian, it doesn't matter whether I believe you or not. There's a certain amount of evidence on your side and a great deal against you.
I see. Then it's hopeless.
No. The theft may yet be explained. In the meantime, I'm going to release you from this dungeon. Brian, I want your word that you'll stay in the castle. I'm doing this because I believe Lancelot would want me to. I don't want my trust in you betrayed. Now go straight to the cook and tell him I sent you. You look as though you could do with a decent meal.
I just can't understand who let him out, or why. Got you. They ought to be torturing him to find out where he hid the star. Smell anything?
I smelled something like it once before. It turned out to be a dead rat decaying under a floorboard.
To see you. I heard about the Queen taking your side.
She got me out of the dungeon, but I'm still not very popular around here. Anyway, thanks for speaking up for me, Mary.
I think I've got something important to tell you. Did you see who just left here?
That's Sir Glavin. I don't like him.
I don't like him either. But he's been flirting with me for months. He said that I'm just the right age to marry. Young enough so that he can train me to be his idea of a wife. He proposed to me just now. He wanted me to leave with him secretly tonight.
You said no?
Of course I did, silly. But Brian, he said he could offer me a fine estate where I'd be a great lady instead of just one of the Queen's attendants.
As long as you said no, it's not important what he said.
Oh, but it is, very. Don't you see? He doesn't have an estate. Or didn't have. He's a landless knight.
Are you sure?
Positive. I don't want to shock you, but among the girls, these things are talked about. Sir Glavin's always been considered the least eligible man at Camelot, because he owns nothing but a sword and a suit of armor.
That's odd. Very odd.
Yes, it is. A valuable jewel is stolen. Soon afterwards, a penniless knight offers me an estate if I'll run away and marry him secretly.
When did he say he was leaving? I'm going to follow him.
But you're not supposed to leave the castle, are you? What about your promise to the Queen? Besides, it'll be dangerous if you catch up with him.
Mary, if he has that jewel and sells it somewhere, I'll never be able to prove I'm not a thief as long as I live. Don't you see, it's my only chance. Don't worry. I'll be all right. Has Sir Glavin passed the gate?
No. Sir Lancelot, the Queen wishes to see you. She asked me to tell you it was urgent.
Right.
Glavin, where are you? Glavin? So there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
You want me?
I want what's mine, that's all.
What might that be? I have nothing of yours.
We'll see about that. Where are you going? You weren't thinking of leaving without keeping our bargain, were you?
I don't know that where I'm going is any concern of yours.
Why didn't you tell me you were planning to leave?
Sudden change of plans, Osbert. I don't like the fact that they've released the kitchen boy, so I'm getting out.
What about the purse of gold you promised me?
I said I'd give you the gold if you help me to put the blame on the boy.
Well, I did, didn't I?
They're not convinced he's guilty, or he'd still be in the dungeon. In other words, your part didn't work. I'm paying you nothing.
I did everything you told me to. I want that money.
Sorry, Osbert. So happens I've only enough to get me out of Britain.
You won't get out of Britain. I'll raise the alarm. Every night of the round table will be after you.
You can't raise the alarm without admitting you were in the theft. They'll hang you or worse.
All right, let them hang me. I'm not going to let you make a fool of me. Help! Help!
God. Why, it's the Star of Scania.
Brian!
He's our man.
Are you hurt? Come with me. I'll bathe that wound.
A remarkable boy, that.
Good stock, you see. King Brian of the Iron Fist. Well, has he won the right to go on with his training or not?
Of course, why not? It's what I've always said, you know. It's the breeding that counts.
Now listen to my story, yes, listen while I sing of days of old in England when Arthur was the king, of Merlin the magician and Guinevere the queen, and Lancelot the bravest knight the world has ever seen. In days of old, when knights were bold, his story's told of Lancelot. He rode the wilds of England, adventures for to seek, to rescue maidens in distress and help the poor and weak. If anyone oppressed you, he'd be your champion. He fought 1,000,000 battles and he never lost a one. In days of old, when knights were bold, his story's told of Lancelot. In days of old, when knights were bold, his story's told of Lancelot.